Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Right now we're in Kruje, city favoured by Albanians, based at the bottom of a mountain, around an hour away from the capital city of Albania. However, right now we're not in that city. We are at the top of a mountain, looking over the city itself. With a view like this, it is a shame if you do not come up here, if you come here to explore this city, as the mountain itself, the entrance to it is free. You've got two ways of getting up here. First one being the hike route, hard track up the hill, which can offer you fantastic views across the way. However, be prepared to spend around 2 hours each way. The second and much easier route is the road. You can walk it or drive it, making around 40 minutes to hike and only 20 minutes to drive. However, let's get back to the city. Walking down the city road to the castle itself, overlooking Old Bazaar, a market that will not find anywhere else. Managed to get myself a few exclusive points of view from the castle, and there's some good places to see in the area. However, let's go back to this castle. It is free to enter. There's two museums from what I can see. One just behind me. It is a traditional museum of family housing in the area. Doesn't sound too interesting to me. And there's a national one, just right there. And again, I don't think I am going to go inside of it, as I got a decent view from an exclusive from a groundskeeper who lives inside of the castle. How old is it? 12th century. Walking away from the castle, I don't think there's too much to show apart from the two museums, which I'm not going to enter for the purpose of saving money. I don't think it is that worth it, especially after talking to the groundskeeper of the area, who himself said he's been working here or living here at this place for around 40 years now, and he only been there once or twice. Because they've taken care of a cat here as well, and I guess that cat right here is the one he takes care of. Right there. I'm quite close to the cliff, and I went through. To be honest, I quite like that about this country. There's no barriers. Here normally, in any other country, right here you would have a barrier, so you will not be able to get this close to a cliff. However, you would have missed out on this view. However, it is quite dangerous. Let's carry on. Right now, underneath me, which caught me off by surprise, there's a man digging a hole, generally Minecraft style, underneath the castle. However, this looks interesting. Let's see where this leads me. And like I said, the groundkeeper who's in the area already seen me, so if I go to a place where I'm not allowed to, I think I'll get away with it. So this actually leaves you outside of the castle. Bit dangerous entrance. So that actually, yeah. So there's a stairways here leading down to the main road leading to the castle. So one of the entrances to the castle, which I don't think is an official entrance, as I genuinely have to use my hands to get through here. However, the door to it is open, so who knows, especially that it is Albania. I've seen few entrances to attractions which I don't think were too safe. Just right behind me is a church that's closed off to the public. However, I managed to talk myself inside there to the places where tourists are not even allowed to see, so it's a good thing you clicked on this video. Kruje became the capital of the first Albanian state in the Middle Ages, the Principality of Arpanon, and later it was the capital of the Kingdom of Albania. While in the early 15th century Kruje was conquered by Ottoman Empire, but then recaptured in 1443, Kruje was defended successfully by the Albanian troops 4 times against the Ottoman army, which eventually captured it during the 4th siege of the city. During the first siege of Kruje, 1,500 to 2,000 soldiers defended the Ottoman forces of about 100,000 men led by Sultan Murad II. In the following decade, Kruje was besieged in 1466 and then 1467, unsuccessfully by Balapan Pasha and Sultan Mehmed II, whose total troops were around 150,000. The city was eventually conquered by Ottomans after being besieged for over a year. This leads the city to have a rich history in both Christian and Muslim cultures, with churches back from 17th century being transformed into mosques. However, the biggest thing that was left behind is a culture of bazaar, one of the few places in Europe that will give you an Arabian market feel. The old bazaar place, stunning to view. All the lovely collectible things you can buy right here. Owners of stores waiting outside for you to pique interest in. No, thank you.
Come in second.
No, thank you.
Bye bye.
See ya. Just like that, to pique your interest in any other products, so we can drag you inside of a store and sell you something. Like I said, I've already been here yesterday. I already brought my goodies, so I'm not actually going to do that. And I visited most of the stores, so I know if there's anything interesting in any of those stores. Kruje Bazaar is one of the oldest markets in Albania, with an original marketplace dating back over 400 years ago. The Ottoman-style bazaar stretches all the way from the middle of Kruje to the Kruje Castle. It consists of a single cobblestone street along which all sorts of vendors sell their goods, from wooden stalls to antiques. It is an ideal place for souvenir shopping, as well as traditional goods such as beautifully embroidered tablecloths, copper coffee pots and dishes. Inspired and brought by Ottoman culture, it is one of the few sites in Europe where prices are not set and it's up to you to negotiate that price. So don't feel embarrassed to do that, and believe me, you can always drop the price. Last point of interest within the city is this little pathway leading from that. So in the distance, right there, you can see the tower, the castle, with that road coming down from the old bazaar down to the new road where all the restaurants are currently closed. That is not the season. However, you can see the bazaar still works, even though there's little amount of tourists. So you'll be able to experience it no matter if you come in season during summer or out of the season like I did in March. So what do I think of the town or the city so far? I actually enjoy it. The old bazaar is fantastic. It gives off that feel of Arabic bazaar or Arabic market, where the shopkeepers are waiting outside with a key interest, looking at you, judging if you are the next customer or they should let you pass go. Like you would seen, I was already, they attempted to stop me a few times. So, the inexperience in that area, how to deal with those kind of people. Because most people are, especially from Western world, where we're so used to shops where their prices are displayed. We're not dragged into a shop. We enter when we want, we go when we please. Over here, as soon as you enter the shop, they'll force you to buy something out of guilt, sadly. That's one of the tactics they use, is guilt. However, there's a ways of you to fight against them. One of them, like you've seen in the video, is just tell them no thank you and carry on walking. Don't give them that attention they want. After that, if you do see anything interesting within them, the way you should go about it is try to look like you're not interested. Glance at the things, but don't show them that you're interested in one product. It's to your fancy. By the time there you go, we had some interesting Albanians, very friendly people. Again, there's two routes to get to the bridge. Easy one, you can drive the main road, even that the maps will show you can drive the second route. Do not do this, as this road is non-existent. The second route is a hiking route that will take you around the old prison and over Ottoman bridges. Yes, there's actually more in the area. I recommend route 2 if you have around 3 hours to spare and weather is on your side. Worst journey I ever had, just to see that bridge there. Why did I come here and why did I have a worse journey? One, this bridge was built during Ottoman time. Relic of history, still standing today. So let's have a walk over it. And I'm going to show you the road in a minute which I took to get here to see this one single bridge out of stone. Leading up nowhere, down to the river. There's one more thing. Up there, there's a old prison. However, I am not going there. I attempted to go that route to have taken me this way. However, the roads were too bad and I gave up on that. In the absence of definite historical resources, scholars believe that Kruje Bridge was built in the 18th century, when many new bridges were built across Albania to connect major trade centres. Now let me show you the road I took to get here. Are you ready? There. And that actually doesn't look too bad. Looks, well, it is gravel, but looks even. However, on the way down there, it is nothing more than not even. I mean, I have to agree, the views from here are stunning, of the mountains especially. There's no civilization around, and I genuinely regret taking this journey here, because it took me, it's around between 18 and 25 kilometers away from my hotel. It took me it took me over an hour to get here. No safety, nothing. Fantastic drop. Something happens to you here, nobody will find out, unless you rent a car and you miss giving it back. That's when we're going to go start looking for you. Let's get back to civilization. Let's get back to civilization let's get back to the old bazaar and let's get some food. Free? Yes. Worth the trek? No. Good piece of history? Yes. But still, not worth the stress you'll have coming down here. I'm just checking if my tyres still got air in them because that's how stony the road is. Yeah, all seems fine. Let's get back home. As the weather got worse, I returned back to Kruje, where I eat my dinner overlooking the city itself, inside the ruins of a castle. Sadly, from this day the weather caught up with me. With a frequent rain, I ended up being stuck inside the hotel, and I never had a true chance to explore the capital city area. If you enjoyed this video, why not check out the full playlist from Albania here